No, we're just getting lobsters right now. We only get the real lobsters, no fake lobsters out here. We only real OGs.
Nothing cheap.
Take two.
You want the back one, right?
Yeah, that one right there.
Oh. Oh yeah.
There, ooh.
Yeah, there we go.
That is a nice lobster. Alright, let's roll.
Alright, we're making angel cake, and the first thing we're gonna do here is we're gonna get a cup and a half of egg whites. And how you get egg whites is break the egg, you take the yolk, you pass it back and forth between the eggshells until you catch the yolk completely. Just keep on going back until you get the membrane separated from the egg. Exactly like that. And then you repeat that until you get a cup and a half of egg whites. All right, this part, we have the egg whites. We're gonna put it into our mixing bowl. We are trying to make the egg whites form a stiff peak, very stiff. You can't forget about the stiff peak. You lock it in there, drop this down, lock it up, and then we're just gonna turn this on. They're gonna create a stiff peak. Yeah.
Alright, so now that we have the egg whites to a firm peak, we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of cream of tartar. And then we're gonna add half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And half a teaspoon of pure almond extract. Yep. All right, then we're gonna put this back on and mix it up.
Then we're gonna repeat that process 5 times. All right, we're gonna gently fold the dry ingredients into the peaked egg whites. So we're gonna put some of that in there. We're gonna fold it in gently. Add some more. We're gonna fold it in gently. And then we're gonna repeat the process until all the dry ingredients are in the peaked egg whites. Take the angel food cake. We have all of the egg whites, peaked egg whites sifted with all the dry ingredients. We folded them all together. We're gonna put it in this angel food cake bowl, non-greased. Get it all out. Make sure you get it all out. We can't waste any of this good stuff.
Carvers would be good too.
Alright. Now,
I've always had that. I never stayed here.
we take the angel food cake mixture, it's all flat.
I really never have an issue with it.
We're gonna put it into a cold oven, middle rack. Make sure it's cold. Then we're gonna put it on bake and set it to 325 degrees.
This is good.
Now we are making the topping for our angel cake, our beautiful, beautiful, beautiful angel cake. Strawberries are the best. So we're gonna take a strawberry, cut off that green. We're gonna slice them into flat cut pieces. Do that again with another strawberry, cut off the green. Cut them into flat pieces. Now, once you've done this to about like 6 or 7 strawberries, we're gonna put them into a bowl, and then we're gonna sprinkle our sugar on to the strawberries, which is gonna make a sauce. Until the strawberries are covered, to how many you have, you just mix them up in there until all the strawberries are covered. And you're gonna top them on the angel food cake. All right, now we have the angel cake perfectly cooked, smelling delicious. We have the strawberries after we put the sugar on top of them. Now we're gonna take these strawberries that have been soaking in the sugar for a while. Okay, you're not gonna do that. You're gonna catch them, and then you're just gonna lay them on top of this, like so. Coated perfectly. Make sure you get all the strawberries. You can't leave any strawberries out. Delicious flavoring, good for you. All right, now we got all the strawberries on there. Ready to serve.
All right, so we're gonna start the pizza snacks. So you're gonna start off by opening 1 roll of pizza crust Pillsbury. You're gonna open this up.
Oh.
And then you're gonna open that up, flop it on the table, and then we're going to spread it out. And then you're gonna roll it. And then you want to get the sheet of dough into a 12 by 8 inch rectangle. So you gotta work it a little bit, spread it out. Oh my god. It's definitely 12. Alright, and then once you have that, then you're gonna cut it into 24 squares. Like that, and then do it for the rest of this dough, and then
Alright, for the pizza snack bites, we're gonna get our big pepperoni stick right here, and we are going to cut this into small little pieces, like so. Chop it up here in halves. We're gonna take our dough, spread it out a little bit, put our little piece of sauce in there, put our mozzarella in the middle, cover it completely up. Make sure all the seams are closed in it. Completely seal it. Take our pan, spray the pan, put the pizza bite in there, seams down, and repeat for all the rest of them. This is the dressing that we're gonna put on top of the pizza bites. Do a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, 1 1/2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, so there's 1, and then we got half right here. Good, and we mix this well, and then we put it on top. Now we have the pizza rolls here. We take the seasoning that we just made before, and we are gonna coat these in that. Just about to do 5 here. Get a nice solid coat on there. I think they're gonna taste good. And then after you cut it with that, we're gonna take the Parmesan. Just add a little dabble of Parmesan. All right, now we're at the Italian dressing mix. Now we got a variety of arrangements of dry ingredients that we're gonna add in this. Now the first thing we're gonna add is a tablespoon of garlic salt. So we're gonna put that in there. Level it out. A little bit more. Put that in there. A tablespoon of onion powder. Onion powder right here, tablespoon of this. Even that out, perfect. A tablespoon of white sugar, right here, white sugar. Even that out. 2 tablespoons of dried oregano. Right here. Now we got 2 tablespoons of dried oregano. So here's 1. Now even that out. 2 tablespoons of dry oregano. 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper. Teaspoon ground black pepper. Even that out right there. 1/4 teaspoon of dried thyme. 1/4 of thyme. Even that out right there. 1 teaspoon of dried basil. Basil right here. Even that out. Good. 1 tablespoon of dried parsley. Parsley right here. Even that out. Perfect. 1/4 teaspoon of celery salt. Celery salt right here. That stuff looks gross. There we go. 2 tablespoons of salt. 2 of these big boys. 1, 2. Now that is your dry ingredients for the Italian dressing.
Alright, to finish off the Italian dressing mix, you're going to take 2/3 a cup of canola oil, put that in a bowl. Oh, yeah. And then we're going to take 1/4 cup of white vinegar. It's white. And then you need 2 tablespoons of water. 1, 2, and then we're going to need 2 tablespoons of the dry mix, which we already made, right there. It's all mixed together. I'm gonna take 2 tablespoons of this. 1, 2, and then once we have that all good, then we're going to whisk together the dry and the wet ingredients. And then once we have this all mixed up together, then we'll have our dressing ready for our salad.
Alright, now we have the boiling water getting ready for our main course lobster over there. And now we have 2 gallons of water in here, and for every gallon of water to boil a lobster you need 8 teaspoons of salt. So I'm gonna put 16 teaspoons of salt in this. So let's just get at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We're ready.
Alright, so now that we're ready for our main dish, the lobster, we're going to put it in the boiling salt water for 17 minutes and then put the top back on. Alright. And then put the top back on, and then we're going to let it sit for 17 minutes. Alright, so now the lobster's been cooking for 17 minutes. We took it off the stove already, and we're going to take off the top, and we're going to pull him out of the hot water.
Look at that beautiful lobster, baby! Woo! Alright, now we're ready to crack the main course lobster. See, we're gonna crack this to put it onto our lobster rolls, and we're just gonna start it off right away. Boom.
Ooh.
Take the head off. And then we're just gonna keep on going by. And the juices, of course, are gonna flow out because this is luscious lobster. And then you do every single other side.
Saute for the lobster bits. So we need 3 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice. So we're squeezing into this, then we're gonna get it out with some tablespoons. Alright.
So we're gonna need 2 celery inner stalks finely chopped for our lobster rolls. So first you're just gonna get the celery, you're gonna chop it up nice and thin.
Nice.
And this is a action called chopping. Then you're gonna go over to the leaf part and you're gonna mince that up. And then you just repeat for the next one. Celery finely minced up and perfect over here. We're gonna get the parsley. We're gonna only have 2 tablespoons of this. So we're gonna chop this up like so. We're gonna get it really nice and good. And then once we have this perfectly chopped up, we are going to get 2 tablespoons.
Alright, so now that we have all the lobster meat all ready, we're going to take half a cup of mayo and slop that in there. And then we're going to take 3 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do 2 inner celery stalks with the leaves, which we have already diced. And then 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh parsley leaves. Oh, alright. So 1.
Wow, would you look at that?
And then 2. And then just add whatever you like with the salt and pepper. A little pepper in there. And then, you got him with the salt, a little saute. And then mix that up, all the goodies. And then once it's all mixed up, you put it on the rolls and you're good.
Alright, now we're gonna take our lobster roll bread and we're gonna cut them in half to put the lobster in. Take our bread knife, cut it in half. Perfect. Now we're gonna dab it up with some butter. All up in there, yep. Nice and juicy butter. Now after we got the butter all up in there, we're gonna toast them for a solid 15 seconds in the hot oven. Alright, now we're ready to put our perfect lobster roll mix on the buns. Now we're just gonna get it on there, the perfect amount. Make sure that doesn't fall off there. Oh, it smells delicious. Slap a little bit on there. Slap a little bit on there. Ooh, got a little bit on the table, but we're gonna be all right. Get a little bit more on this one. Oh, that's a big one. Oh, a lot right there. We're gonna share the love all over. There we go. Now we're gonna pop these back in the oven for another couple seconds to heat them back up, and then we'll be ready.
Alright, so next is the French fries. So we're gonna start off by cutting potatoes, and it doesn't really matter as long as you get the right shape going for them. Just cut a few times, and then once you have a slab like that, take it off, and then cut some of the skin off, but leave some for the flavor, And then you want to cut into long strips, like so. And I'll do another one. Like so. Then you're gonna put them in the bowl and then wait for the next step. All right, so for the French fries, you're gonna need 1 cup of flour. We're gonna put in here. And then after the 1 cup, you need 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of garlic salt, which is right here. And then you need 1 teaspoon of onion salt.
Yeah, get that onion salt.
Yeah, there it is. Make sure it's nice and flat. And then you need 1 teaspoon of salt. And then you need 1 teaspoon of paprika. That doesn't fit, all right. Alright, so once that's all leveled out, you're gonna put it in there. And then you're gonna stir this together to make the batter for your fries.
It's all about the flick of the wrist.
And then you have to sift it into a larger bowl. Sift it. Keep going. And then once you're done sifting all of it, you're going to add water until it can be drizzled with a spoon. So you're just gonna add a little bit and then mix it until it's ready to be drizzled with a spoon.
All the fries seasoned in the coating. Now we're gonna take these and put them in the deep fryer. And make sure you get all the fries in there with the coating that we made. Get them all in there. Now after they're in there, just gonna plop them in.
Making the Italian salad. We already made the dressing, so you start by cutting the iceberg of lettuce straight down. Cut off the bottom, no one likes. All right, probably don't want the middle in there either. I'm just gonna start chopping it. Finally chopped is the way to go. So you take all the lettuce, put it in a big bowl. And then you're going to want to take your cucumber, and I'm just going to chop it in half. And thin sliced cucumber bits will taste great on the top of the salad. And then once you have like a cucumber,
carrots.
Don't forget the carrots. You're just gonna throw in the cucumber slices on top. And then after that, of course, can't forget the carrots. So you just take some baby carrots and slice and dice them. And then once you have them all chopped up, small enough for your salad, you throw them on in. And then on top, of course, you gotta have some croutons, Texas toast style. Put that on top. And then can't forget the Italian salad without the Italian dressing, salad dressing. So you're gonna take that and just, not too much, but you just wanna drizzle it on top. Don't wanna soak it too much, just enough to give it that flavoring. And there's your salad. Video it of all the food.
Lot. Lobster. Perfect cake. So, Alden, what was your favorite part about this delicious meal?
My favorite part about this meal was definitely the salad. There was a lot of cucumber in there. I really like cucumber, so that was pretty good.
Yeah.
The croutons were good, and just the dressing. It was just really well put together salad.
Yes, sir. Joe, what was your favorite part about the meal?
I very much enjoyed the angel food cake. It was very fluffy and it was just perfect.
I enjoyed the lobster roll. The buns were perfectly crisp, and the lobster was cooked very well. Thank you.
And that's pretty much our family meal project. Thanks, guys.